Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. I'm Jay Feely, guest hosting for Rich. He's on vacation. Got about 5 minutes left to hang out with us here. Had a great time talking to Peter King, talking to Peter Thamel, Howard Beck, talking about the Final Four. It's a fun day, guys. You enjoy talking about the Final Four?
Yeah, fun stuff, man.
The Oakland Raiders, though, that's the story today
that's
for me.
Kind of the big story.
We obviously wanted to react to this weekend, but today the big story is the Oakland Raiders and all the ramifications and what's going to happen.
Yeah, Derek Carr, Oakland Raiders quarterback, he tweeted out the statement just saying, I'll paraphrase some of this stuff. As I sit here and see a vote that takes the Raiders to Vegas, I'm overwhelmed with emotion. It affects all of us. Oakland, our team loves you. My family and I love you. We will be resilient and we will stay together because that's what true Raiders do. We're loyal even when it's hard. So he's conflicting with his emotions as well when it comes to this, as I'm sure every man on the roster is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some young guys who are excited about the prospect of going to Vegas. But when you're in a city, you begin to take that city into your life. You start to invest in the city, especially a guy like Derek Carr. Where he's trying to get out there and have an impact on people's lives. I think there's a lot of NFL players and professional athletes in general, but I can talk specifically about the NFL because I live that. Half of the guys in that locker room, they understand the great platform that they're given, and they try to utilize that to positively impact people's lives and get out in the community and try to help people in that community. And you developed a bond with that community. And now all of a sudden that bond is going to be taken away. And there's a feeling of loss that I'm sure is there for any of those teams, whether it's St. Louis, San Diego, and now Oakland. And it's contrasted with the understanding that they don't know when they're going to leave Oakland. Think about it. An NFL player's career average is 3.5 years. So if you're looking at 3.5 years till you leave Oakland, 3-4 years not understanding, that could be an entire career. That roster will look nothing like what it looks like right now in 3.5 years.
It reminds me when the Rams moved, and Chris Long is one of our favorites in the NFL, and he's great on social media, and everyone was asking him for his reaction and coming out here to Los Angeles, and then they released him before he ever made the move out. And good for him. He went to New England and got himself a ring last year. But you're right. A lot of these guys are probably going to be getting questions the next year, 2 years, and half of them to 70% probably won't be on the roster when it actually starts in Oakland.
Well, what was some of the big stories a couple weeks ago is Marshawn Lynch rumored to go back to the Raiders, play in his hometown of Oakland. What happens if they move to Las Vegas? That's not going to affect him. If he comes back and plays in the NFL and joins the Raiders, it'll be for 1 or 2 seasons. They'll still be playing in Oakland. He can still play in front of his hometown, and that was not going to affect him one bit. Whereas some of these other guys, who knows if they'll be on the roster when they move to Las Vegas.
Speaking of, we were talking about conspiracy theories earlier. That's the conspiracy theory that's the move right now for the Raiders to save face and PR is sign the hometown hero, Marshawn Lynch,
100%.
to get fans in that building because they might be angry, but if their guys playing, it's one more reason to get a few fans through the turnstiles.
We have 45 seconds left. If you're a season ticket holder, Mark Davis said he would reimburse anyone who doesn't want their tickets for this year. Would you still renew and still go to the games in 2017 if you're a Raider fan?
Yeah, I would. That's
I want them to tweet us. I want them to tweet us. Send us messages. I want to find out. We can talk about it tomorrow.
We can talk about this tomorrow, yeah.
Find out what the prevailing feeling is for Raider fans. Do you want to continue to go to the games? Do you support the players? We'll have Charles Woodson on tomorrow. It'll be great to talk to him and to hear his perspective. We're going to have Brian Baumgartner on, Kevin from The Office. It'll be awesome. He's going to come in here and hang out. Jonathan Allen, the great defensive lineman from Alabama, he'll be on. So it'll be a good show. But it was fun to be on here today.
Great
Look
job,
forward
Jay.
to doing it tomorrow.
Jay,
Good
you
first
killed it,
day.
man. Thanks a lot for joining us today. This was a blast.